2, 3, 5.
Happy Wed-Nes-Day! Yay! Seriously, look at the word. Think about it. I am the new Wednesday person for TCT. My name is Beerfelt on YouTube, but my real name is Rihanna, or Ree, as my friends call me. So you can choose between those. Alternatively, you could just call me Dingo, because that's my Steam name, or at least what they nickname me on Steam, because my full Steam name is Dingo Took My Baby. So that's a bit long, and in the typical Australian fashion, we shorten everything, so it's Dingo on Steam. I'm 18 years old. I'm a TAFE student. I did have a job earlier in the year, but I had to quit so that I could start TAFE. Yay. Sort of kind of regret that decision, because having a full-time job had the benefit of having an income. Now I don't have an income, and I have a 40-hour week workload, so it's kind of like, I spent 20 hours, that's nearly a whole day, 12 hours on Monday just doing work for one subject. Like, I woke up at 1 PM, and you're probably like, oh wow, such a hard life to wake up that late in the afternoon. But I didn't stop working until 1:50 AM. I had a break for dinner, which was like 15 minutes, and it was the only time I sat down all day, except when I leant against the kitchen bench to weave some paper, magical spirit fingers, paper experimentation kind of thing. I attend TAFE, which is, it's a college that you go after high school if you don't get into university. But they also offer more, I guess, than universities would. They have a more practical side thing, which sort of suits me, but yeah, I don't know, whatever. I like drawing and music, which is normally the typical thing that most people would say, but, you know, 99.9% of the populace do like music, so to say that you don't like music would be it would be a new approach. Let's just leave it at that. I sing, I play the piano, and I play the violin. I used to play the piano and the violin. I'm not particularly good at them anymore. Singing was my major for school, but I haven't stopped singing, I just have stopped learning singing. I haven't had a lesson for months, which is my bad. So I really should actually get back into that. I'm currently doing like a short course on how to play the ukulele, because it's something I've always wanted to do. I missed my second lesson of the second of 4 lessons on Monday because of all the work I was doing, which was kind of like, my mum reminded me at 11:30 at night, and I was like, cool, could have done with that information 6 hours ago, but whatever, whatever, I'll just go next week. So yeah, I've probably missed out something mildly important, such as, you know, the 6th chord we've learnt. We've learnt like 5 chords, but we can play, like, as a group, there's 16 of us, like 16 people learning ukulele, what the hell. We can all play like 4 or 5 songs. I won't kill you. I will spare you from me playing the ukulele, because it is truly horrendous. I also enjoy video games, and I play a lot of games, but I wouldn't consider myself a full-on nerdy kind of gamer person, because I don't keep up to date with all the latest games that are coming out. I don't know about a lot of games. I don't know all the game genres. People use just a lot of genres have shortened, like they get shortened into the first letters, and I'll be like, what are you talking about? Or they'll mention some of the popular game, and I'll be like, what? The games that I do play are Left 4 Dead and League of Legends on the computer. League of Legends I've only just started getting into. My boyfriend introduced it to me ages ago, and I was like, that's so lame, what are you doing? But then a friend I met on Steam was like, no, you gotta come join. Like, you have to at least try it. And I was like, oh, it's like 1 a.m. and I was like, oh, okay, I'll download it. It's free. It's all good. So I downloaded it, and it's a fun game, even though I'm actually terrible at the game, and I truly admit that I am awful at the game. Other than that, I have an Xbox 360, and I have a PlayStation 2, and I have a Nintendo 64, and I sort of rotate what games I'm playing on those. I don't play on those consoles as much because we only have one TV in the house, and my parents whinge so much when I'm playing games on the TV, even though they're the ones that bought me my Xbox 360 for Christmas last year. Doesn't make sense. True, though, they didn't buy me games, so maybe this is a hint that they just wanted me to own the console and not play games. I am a big Pokemon fan. I was into it a lot as a kid, and then there was this sort of big break period where I didn't play at all, like none of my games, mainly because I lost my Game Boy Advance, but, you know, whatever. But then when the Nintendo DSi came out, I got one, and that was like the first like update in that console system since the first like Game Boy Advance came out. So that was like, I missed like the whole evolution sort of bit where it was like, it's like Game Boy SP when it was like a little sort of small square, and then the DS original came out, and then there was like DS Lite, and then all this other stuff, and then finally DSi came out. I got one mainly because I was like, oh my god, a camera, and then I got it and I was like, oh wait, it doesn't have a Game Boy Advance slot. Oh, I can't play more games. So it was like stupid buy by me. I got Pokemon Pearl with it, and I started playing, and I sort of played on and off, and I got to like the 8th gym, and I got the 8th badge, and then I just sort of stopped completely. I was like, I finished it, right? But then, like, November, December last year, I really started getting into it again, and was playing it so much, because I have a couple of friends, several friends, who run like a Pokemon tournament kind of thing, where it's actually like you have to train your team properly, and it's kind of serious. It's serious. It's fun, serious, but like unless you take the game more seriously, then you just get knocked out straight away because your Pokemon are bad or you're bad at playing. So I started like only in like November, December have I started looking into like the detailed logistics of the game, like EV training and natures and all this intense stuff. Like, it's just like, what? Mathematical equations for Pokemon? Are you serious? So yeah, it's actually been lots of fun getting a team together for a tournament in April. Should be good. I should do well. Fingers crossed. If I can find the time to actually work on my team. I have a DeviantArt account for my drawing. It's KJD's TJMe, and you're probably just like, what the fuck? So I'll give you a link down the bottom if you want to check out my stuff, but that's entirely optional if you really have nothing else to do. I got this dingo from the Museum of Australia, National Museum of Australia, the one that's in the city in Sydney. I don't know if it's like just Sydney's museum or it's actually called Australia's like national one, because I think the national one's in Canberra, but I could be wrong. There could be like two with similar names but not exactly the same. So I dragged my boyfriend to the museum, and we went to see the photography exhibition that was there, but I mainly wanted to go because I knew that somewhere they must have a dingo, like a dingo skeleton, a dingo plushie, a taxidermy dingo, and they did. They had two taxidermy dingoes. They had one in the like the school education area where they have like school groups come through and like touch the animals, learn about the animals kind of thing. They have one there who's really like worn out from like billions of children going like but they also had another one in like an exhibition about like the animals of Australia and the marine, like it went like marine life, backyard life, wildlife, prehistoric life, dinosaurs at the back. So it was a cool exhibition, and they had this dingo sort of like lying down on the floor, and it wasn't surrounded by rope, it wasn't surrounded by chain, it didn't have no touch sign, and I was just sitting there going, oh my god, it's a dingo. It was awesome. I patted the dingo and patted its tail, and its tail was so fluffy and bushy and cuddly, and it was cool because it's the closest I've been to a real dingo, because they were real once. I mean, they're dead now, but they were once alive, and that's the important thing. It always surprises me how small they are. They're actually really, you kind of imagine them a lot bigger than they actually are, but they're very small and they're very thin, and they're just really nice. I mean, as the new Wed-Nes-Day spot, I'm taking over Geordie, and Geordie was amazing, and I feel really sad that the reason I'm here is because Geordie's gone. I think Geordie's act is a pretty hard act to follow, and I have big shoes to fill. So hopefully I can do the slot justice, and make videos worth watching. And maybe consider making a more interesting wall, because Geordie really had some awesome stuff in the background going on, and I have very limited background. It's just the yellow back wall of my room, mainly because I don't want you to see the mess that is my room, but I might relocate. But I do thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity to be on TCT. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've been watching all the videos for a while, so yeah, it's cool to finally be on it. I didn't think it would happen, but it did, so yay. I will see you next week, and yeah. See ya. Such a creepy way of saying goodbye. Just don't move the fingers.